Back into Talking Fitchburg. Join me today from the Department of Trade Consumer Protection. One more time for the month. It's Lara Sutherland. Lara, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for having me on.
Glad we can get you here for one more segment, and it's a staple for DATCP in this show, National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And it's back with a vengeance. Now, I've always wanted to say that, but I think the points you get across this year is if you connect it, protect it. I think that works in so many different ways. But tell us about the Awareness Month and what DATCP wants to warn you about.
That's right. So it's the 17th annual Cybersecurity Month. And it's funny to think because in 2003, I'm not sure people knew what cybersecurity was, but now we all are very aware of cybersecurity, and even more so today, right? Because we're all working from home, going to school from home, getting our groceries from home, our dinner from home, everything in between. Super, super connected. So this is an important month. And as we lean harder on technology to allow us to do our everyday lives, we need to start thinking about it the way we take care of anything, the way we, take our cars to get checked up, the way we, I don't know what month of year it is, but every year we have to change all the batteries in our fire alarms, right? So every year we should take stock of our technological devices and take an inventory, right? It's incumbent on us to take some ownership of protecting ourselves online and how we function out there. So here's what we're telling folks to do. First, take an inventory of everything in your house that's connected to the web. You might find it's surprising. Of course, our computers and our phones, but our thermostats are connected, some of our refrigerators are connected to the web. We have our devices that we like to talk to now, our Google Home, our Alexa, our Siri, etc. Those are all connected. You've got your watches that are connected. The list goes on and on. So making sure you have an inventory of everything that connects you and is collecting data and sending it out into the world. You need to have an understanding of that. And then what you need to do is update all the software to protect yourself. These companies are constantly looking at the ways hackers are trying to break into their company. And so they're updating their software. They're trying to get on top of these viruses, but their work is only useful if you update your operating system. So update that software, get the latest antivirus software on your devices so you can keep yourself protected. And then when possible, use that two-factor authentication. It's really important because it allows the company or the entity that you're working with to verify it's you. It's one other way for them to figure out, oh, you're using this email. You didn't just steal this person's phone. You also know this other piece of information. So that two-factor authentication is just another way to make you less vulnerable. And then the thing that we all hate, passwords that are complicated and hard to remember. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. So you shouldn't be using the same password. You shouldn't be using your dog's name from first grade. You should have complicated, strong passwords, and use a password app so you can keep track of them, because it's true, there's a password for everything these days. So it's hard to keep track, but the answer isn't to make them simple. The answer is to make them complicated and store them in a secure app so you don't make yourself vulnerable by an easy to guess password.
Yeah, it's amazing when you do think about taking inventory of every single device that's connected to online these days. Actually, you really open yourself up. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not going to get online and buy something, but they'll have all these other devices that hook in, and you're like, you got to keep up. But I love the information about updating the operating system and the password piece. So very important as well. Since we are at home more and now mixing our work life and our personal life we've got to think about things that we're clicking on, backing up your data, those things. What do you have for advice on that front?
Well, you're right. So we're doing so much more online that we're putting more information out there, right? And what scammers do well, and the way we figure that out, the way they're successful is there's a little bit of information in there that seems familiar to us. So we click on that email, we click on that link. You know, even in my job, we've gotten unsolicited emails about, oh, don't forget to do your latest harassment training at work. That, you know, we have to do those trainings at work. We get emails about them. But lo and behold, it's a fabricated link, and it's going to try to, you know, infect our computers. So you have to be more vigilant about looking at the type of emails that you're getting and making sure they're really legitimate, that they're not from your HR department, but they're from some fake imposter HR department. Now, here's what I have to say. You're not always going to catch it. They're getting more sophisticated. You really have to be on your game. If you're a busy person, you're getting a lot of emails, you may fall for it. So what can you do? What's your second round of backup? Is to back up that data, back up that computer. There's some great cloud services out there that can help you. So in the event that you accidentally click one of these links and you're vulnerable to a hack, you've backed up your data and you've kept it safe. I, of course, work at DATCP, so I back up my data with both cloud and hard drive. It may be overkill, but it's my job, so that's what I do. But anyway, you know, look into at least an external hard drive or a cloud, and to see to keep that data backed up.
Yeah, data management and storage is very complicated, not in the fact that, you know, buying a device and loading it on and backing it up, but to continuously do it and plan that out, because you never know when you could lose that data first and foremost, but if there was a hack or identity theft or whatever, you name it, losing all that stuff very could lead to a very bad day among other things. Last piece as far as cybersecurity goes, and that's reporting. How important is it for people to report to DATCP when we're talking about scams and things that people are coming across and getting you aware of it?
Well, that was a softball, because, you know, I'm going to say it's super important. We really like to know what's happening out there. It helps us address potential scams and threats that target certain communities. As you know, utility scams are probably coming up next month with the fear of utility shutoffs. But those tend to hit particular regions. So we can get out in front of that and do education in those regions. We can also investigate and try to shut it down. We're seeing some scams online, and because people have complained, we are, you know, have some investigations into those types of scams. So, and if you're a victim, we can help you maybe not get your money back, because sometimes if you sent a gift card, that's really difficult to undo, if not impossible. But if you're vulnerable to ID theft, we can walk you through how to get yourself safe and protect yourself from ID theft. So a whole myriad of reasons that you should definitely give us a call. We've got some great subject matter experts that can help you with any kind of thing that you may be facing if you're a victim of a scam. So definitely call us.
Yeah, and then I suspect too that you would endorse that cybersecurity while we talk about it in the month of October. You need to practice it each and every day and throughout the year. And October, you know, will make you aware of it, but more than ever, it's one of those that you got to practice day in and day out to really make it be successful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Lara, thank you so much for your time again this month. We certainly appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and we'll look forward to having you and the rest of the team back in November. Crazy
Super. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. I encourage you to go out to DATCP's website. Great information on and a lot more topics out there, especially when we're talking about cybersecurity. Even my son knows. Yeah, he knows you got to go to DATCP. Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
He's so